When a CEO abruptly leaves an organization, it's big news and a surprise to many people. But it shouldn't be a surprise to insiders at the organization. Instead, it should be something that they have anticipated and planned for, because they do succession planning right. Let me share some ideas about how to do it right in this video. I'm recording this video on the first day of Brian Nichols' new job as the CEO of Starbucks. You might recall that he's the former CEO of Chipotle, where he engineered a fantastic turnaround after a dismal period in the company's history. It's no wonder that Starbucks recruited him away, since they themselves are going through a difficult period in their history, and they're hoping that Mr. Nichols can basically do the same thing and engineer a great turnaround there as he did at Chipotle. Not too long ago, the CEO of Mattel, who had also ushered in a resurgence focused around Barbie, was recruited to go to Gap, and that was Richard Dixon. It's not clear yet how successful he'll be as the CEO of Gap. Time will tell. These stories are not that surprising. When a leader is very successful at one organization, other organizations want them to come over there. So if you're in the board or you're in an executive level position in an organization, you should be thinking about what to do if our CEO leaves. What will we do if one of our executives leaves? Succession planning, when done right, is a proactive conversation. It should not be reactive. Organizations shouldn't be surprised when the most successful among them are recruited away. Instead, they should move their plan into action that they've already developed. To do it right, it should be a proactive conversation at all levels of the organization. Companies should be regularly planning on how to fill every management level of the organization. Each leader should be told, you must prepare your successor proactively. And how can the organization support them? Well, they can do so by, one, making it an open conversation. Leaders should talk openly about succession planning and how this organization treats it proactively. There are opportunities because we promote from within. Organizations that openly talk about succession and promote from within are more likely to have people ready to fill the ranks above them. And they can also prepare those people by providing training and coaching to fill the gaps of knowledge and skills for the next level. And an organization should have a clear document that outlines what's needed for success at each level. What are the traits? What are the characteristics? What are the behaviors that leaders at each level exhibit to navigate that position successfully? When this is a clear and open document, then people can prepare and they can talk with their manager about what would it take for me to succeed you. And that manager can talk to their manager and have the exact same conversation. And these conversations should not be infrequent. I would suggest that once a month, each leader should be talking one-on-one with their direct reports about their career plans and what they can do to support them to the greatest degree possible. Of course, guarantees can't be made that someone is going to get the next level position until that position is available, and then they're seen as fit or not. But the organization can do everything possible to prepare them for advancement. So not only training and coaching, but also mentoring should be made available. All leaders should be mentoring lower level leaders to help prepare them and to also size them up. There should be internal meetings that happen where leaders in the organization are talked about and sized up against a list of characteristics as being worthy of further investment or actually being ready. And if they're ready, then the organization should do everything they can to make a position available for them so that they're not recruited out. See, when more opportunities exist and are made available, then the high potentials are more likely to stay and not entertain those conversations from recruiters, because they will come. It's absolutely likely that your best leaders are being recruited regularly. But if they're happy and they know there are opportunities within the existing organization, they're more likely to stay and just not take those calls. So these are all ways that your organization can make succession planning a proactive action within your organization, so that you're not surprised when someone leaves, but rather prepared, and you'll just move your plan into action if someone is recruited out, which should not happen that often if you do it right. Years ago, I met with a leader in a healthcare organization. This was a VP with a great track record of success, had done really well, and I wondered, what could you get out of executive coaching? You seem to have it all figured out. And the person said, Michael, I appreciate and am flattered by your summary of my achievements. It's true, I have been successful here, but there's one area where I feel like I could focus on. And I said, what's that? And he said, I don't have a successor identified. There isn't anyone in my team right now that I believe would be ready to succeed me, and I think I've failed there. I had a successor identified in the past, but they left, and I haven't done enough to prepare someone else. See, we shouldn't just have one person identified. Ideally, we would have 2 or even 3 people identified and all in preparation. So that's what we would work on in executive coaching engagement, is identifying their successor or successors and doing everything they can to accelerate their growth. And if it's not possible, then recruiting from the outside. Sometimes that's necessary. So I hope this story and these ideas that I've shared in this video help you to think about succession planning in a more proactive way and in a more all-encompassing way, because that's when it really works inside an organization. The worst way is reactive, and I see too many companies doing that. If this video has been helpful, please like it, subscribe to the channel, share it with others. If you have comments, please post them. I respond to all comments. And if you'd like to explore coaching, as that executive did a few years ago, focused on this topic, I'd be happy to talk with you about it. Michael@BayAreaExecutiveCoach.com is my email address. Please email me or visit my website, BayAreaExecutiveCoach.com. Explore the services, fill out our contact form, or schedule time with me directly through my website. I would love to work with you or your team. Thank you very much.